think one of the biggest things is really just persistence. Like people will often, they won't realise behind each Instagram post that you've been out there for 8, 10, 12 hours all day casting for that one bite and that one big clunk. It just makes your day and makes it worthwhile being out there. Hey, my name's Isaiah De Wright and I'm a flathead fisherman along the mid-north coast of Australia. I've been flathead fishing seriously for about 4 years now, chasing these bigger flathead on the flats. Ever since a young age, my pop, he always used to take me out fishing in his boat, just chasing flathead along the banks with little plastics, 3-inch, 4-inch, chasing nice table fish. And then my cousins and my uncle, they got me under the big flathead and kind of became a bit of an addiction ever since. I typically run a faster ratio reel and a slower ratio reel. I'm usually using the slower ratio reel when there's not much current and just punching those casts out and just slowly rolling it back over the flats. And then I also run a higher ratio reel. I typically use these in high current areas and just when I really want to work that lure back and get the lure straight back out there. With the slower ratio reel, I like to use the unweighted Nessies and also big swim baits, just because with a slower ratio, it's easy to wind them in and you're not making that lure work too fast. So when you're winding it in, you just want a really slow roll, just getting that lure gliding side to side, just like that. And with the Nessies even, just give them a couple of twitches, work them down, because they've got 2 little bibs on them, just under here. And when you get them underwater, twitch them from side to side, the flathead almost can't resist them. Probably my favourite 2 spin outfits is a nice 7-foot rod with a 3000 size reel. Especially on these ones, I love the big knob handle, just punching those casts out and just twitching these lures erratically, just trying to get that bite. And when you do, you need a bit of backbone in the rod just to get them over those oyster leases or that tight structure, just trying to pull them out. And with that big knob handle, it makes it a lot easier. I typically like to use spin reels for my coal shads and my benders, just because you can really punch those casts out a lot further than your bait casters. And I think you just cover a lot more ground doing it that way, and it's a lot more effective too. One of the boxes I love taking out flathead fishing, and it's always a go-to box, is my box of top water benders and swim baits. These things here with just an erratic action, side to side, they look unreal in the water and flathead just can't resist them. Same with the big top water lures, just their presence in the water, just slurping side to side. Big flathead can't resist it, and especially for big paws, they just come up and suck it off the top. Another essential box while flathead fishing is the Nessie and coal shad box. I haven't been using these lures for all that long, but these have proven to be a very big success and probably my favourite bait in the tackle box at the moment, the 9-inch Nessie. Coal shads are also incredibly effective across the flats. Just their big thumping tail, just dragging it straight over those fish's head, they can't really resist it. One of the last boxes that I also take out is a new addition to the tackle bag, but it has proved effective, the new Berkley paddle stingers. I run them either weedless or with a jig head, and the same thing, just their thumping tail, just dragging straight over the fish's mouths. They can't really resist it, and I think that's one of my favourite things, that really sharp, erratic bite from them. The areas I typically like chasing are probably parts where I love when there's a bit of water running over the flats, just pushing those bait fish off, and deep pockets and weed beds, and I'm just always looking for little pockets and where they're sitting, and that's where I really try to pinpoint my cast. And I think one of the biggest things too is locating where your fish are sitting and then going back to that exact location and bringing a lure over its head, and 99 out of 100 you'll get the bite. I think the favourite time to chase them is often in really bad weather when no one else is out and you kind of have the flats to yourself, and the fish often seem to be feeding and not scared or timid, and yeah, they go ham for it.